Hi, my name is Kim Cullen, and I'm a personal injury attorney in Winter Park, Florida. So today I'm going to talk about what you should do if an insurance adjuster denies liability on your claim. So the first thing that I think anyone should do if an insurance adjuster denies liability on a claim, and we do this in our office when they deny them for us, and they do that sometimes, is to find out why are you denying this claim? What is it about the liability that you don't either understand or appreciate? And a lot of times we find that the adjuster has simply listened to their insured's version of what happened, and they're taking that as the gospel, and they're not willing to listen to anything else, any other inputs from any other sources about how the accident happened, and therefore they deny liability. So as we know, defendants in claims sometimes misremember how an accident or an event happened, or sometimes they lie even. And so there's really nothing we can do about that. Sometimes the adjusters just take their word for it, and that's the end. So in situations where that happens, what we try to do is come up with physical evidence that we can show the adjuster that shows that the accident happened the way our client says that it did. And that might be photographs, it might be taking witness statements. And these days we're doing that a lot more via Zoom, so that we can show them a video of the person telling us what they remember about how the accident happened. Sometimes we're able to locate video that shows for instance, in a slip and fall or trip and fall case, we have in-store video sometimes that we can get if we act quickly enough that can show how an accident or an event happened. Sometimes with car accidents, we can find a video from a business that's near the intersection where a crash happened, that sort of thing, if we act quickly enough. And a lot of times when faced with that kind of evidence, and when faced with the prospect that their insured is going to look bad for having told a tale about how an accident happened, an adjuster will very frequently change their mind about denying liability. So if we can't change their mind based on the physical evidence that we have, sometimes we have to go to the extra step and hire an expert. And for example, in a car accident case, it might be hiring an engineer to do an accident reconstruction. And then that engineer will look at the physical evidence, they'll look at the damage to the vehicles, measure the crush damage, and based on engineering principles can then reconstruct, and sometimes with an animation even, how the accident happened. We provide that to the adjuster and say, hey, your insured got this one wrong, here's what really happened. And a lot of times that will change their mind. And then in a sort of a trip and fall or slip and fall situation, sometimes we can hire what's called a human factors expert who can come in and talk about how maybe the layout of the store was confusing, or maybe the visual cues that were provided for our client were confusing or maybe the way that the hazard presented itself was confusing, or it was something that our client couldn't have reasonably seen. And sometimes a report from a human factors expert will change an adjuster's mind and get them to accept liability instead of rejecting it. A lot of times on these cases, it's just sort of how much effort you're willing to put into it in order to just pound the adjuster with information, so they don't really have a choice but to change their mind. So if you have any questions about what you should do if an adjuster denies liability in a claim, please call us. We'd love to answer questions. You can call our office at 407-254-4901. You can text us at 407-644-4444. You can even email me directly to my inbox at kmc@cullen-hemphill.com. If you want to see other videos of topics very similar to this one and on a wide variety of personal injury issues, please find our YouTube channel or our website, where we not only have videos, but we also have blog posts and legal articles. And if you like this content and you want to see future videos from us, please hit the red subscribe button, and new videos will be provided to you as they're produced.